Thursdays with Toni.
And Trish. Okay, so would like to formally introduce ourselves to the YouTube platform.
YouTube. We just realized that we posted episodes without actually, reintroducing ourselves. But yes, I'm Toni. I'm currently an HR professional, and I am specifically in recruitment. And alongside, I am also taking up my post-studies degree. And I'm a proud best friend of Trish, and we are just so excited that we are again here on YouTube already. Trish?
Yes, I'm also a proud best friend of Toni Trish. So my name is Trish. Actually, my full name is Patricia Ramirez. I work as a talent advisor, and we're both in the recruitment field. So we would like to share this with you, all the things that we have learned about career, life, relationships, and everything in between. And we'll be using this platform. We're now in YouTube from IGTV to share the lessons that we learned in life, and also giving you tips in making your adulting life more fun and meaningful. All right, so Toni, as mentioned earlier, we'll be talking about the beauty of having a best friend. So can you please explain, the theme of this show?
All right. So, as Trish mentioned, this is about adulting and everything in between, but we actually have specific themes for each Thursdays of the month. So, for this particular Thursday, we have hashtag Happy Thursday, wherein we will be talking about relevant topics about adulting, wherein the mood will be like from casual, probably going formal at some points. But yeah, that's basically what Happy Thursday is about. And to go on episode's topic further, Trish?
Yes, okay. So tonight we will be talking about the beauty of having a best friend. So Toni, alam mo naman na there are a few people in our lives that we love. 10 years ago, I decided to open up myself to you. And I think the beauty of having a best friend is that no matter where you go or how far apart you are, you'll always have this connection that you'll never share with anyone else. Ikaw ba? What's your insight about, beauty of having me in your life?
Actually, similar to what you said, masayang-masaya ako na 10 years ago, I decided to open up myself to you. Although, as adults, it's really different having a best friend kasi diba, pag high school ka, pag elementary ka, a best friend is someone you often see. A best friend is someone you talk to every day. I mean, well, at least that's how younger BFF relationships go. But with being an adult and having a best friend, ang ganda niya kasi despite both individuals being busy on career, on studies, on everything that's happening in their individual lives, yung feeling na you're safe, yung feeling na you have someone to confide to whenever you're having a bad day or whenever you're about to make a big life decision.
Yeah.
I think that's what's very beautiful in having a BFF. So, we've been best friends for more than 10 years now. And as we grow old, we sometimes think that our best friends know us the best already. But this episode will actually test if Trish and I already know each other that much. Although, recognizing the fact that as adults, you can't really expect someone to know the very specifics of your likes, dislikes, or whatnot, but more of gauging kung ano talaga yung tingin nila na nagmamatch sa personality mo. So, to start it off, Trish, curious ako, so nung college tayo, I know na-share mo na how you started seeing me, how you planned to impress me to be your best friend. But, nung college tayo and we were already starting to become closer, ano yung nasa isip mo na parang tingin mo na personality talaga ni Toni?
Naisip ko talaga ikaw yung girl next door. Kasi nakikita tayo sa hallway. Usually, guys, yung mga kasama mo, di ba? Tapos literal ang haba ng buhok mo. Sabi ko, ang ganda naman yun. Tapos parang demure type siya, conservative, pero ang daming guy na friends, mukhang mababait. Alam mo yung hindi kayo parang BIPCH na girl. Parang ikaw yung parang pinagnanasaan ng lahat na maging kaibigan. Yung gano'n. Kaya
Grabe naman sa
gusto ko naman yung parang charismatic mo kasi na, so, di ba si Charleston yung kasama mo palagi? Di ba, ang tangkad nun, di ba? So parang inisip ko, ito ba yung parang security guard niya kapag nasa hallway siya? Pinagkakaguluhan ba to? Alam mo yung ganun? So, inisip ko talaga na parang ikaw yung mabait na famous. So, ayun, yun yung impression ko sa'yo. Bakit?
Sobrang funny, no?
Ganun yung tingin ko sa'yo.
Oo. Hindi, kasi, I mean, I'm definitely sure na iba na yung tingin mo ngayon. After more than 10 years.
Hindi, joke lang. Ang friendly mo kaya ngayon, alam mo kung hindi nga dahil sa mga extrovert na katulad mo, baka wala ako masyadong friends. Yung si Jeng, di ba?
Change.
Sila Kami.
Mhm.
Namit ko sila because of you, di ba? Okay.
We change.
So, Tony, di ba, we met in a specific subject. Doon kita officially naging friend sa Polygov. So, sa tingin mo, kasi nag-perform talaga ako ng maayos doon kasi nga gusto kitang i-please. Pero I was just wondering kung alam mo talaga yung favorite subject ko.
Oh! Parang babagsak na ako. First question pa lang. Let's see. I think one of the major subjects na HR. Kasi I do recall na naging classmates din tayo sa HR management. I'm trying my luck here, but HR management?
Economy. Charot!
Okay.
Sir Henry, joke lang. Hindi ako marunong ng math eh. Actually, nung college talaga, pinakagusto ko syempre yung mga major subjects ng course natin, which is HR. So, you're correct.
Nice. Tsaka, hindi, siguro the reason why I made that guess was because nung classmates tayo din dun, specifically din sa HR management, I somewhat recall na very eager ka whenever we need to review for something, ganyan. So, 1-1. That's good to know. Sige.
Ako na muna. Kasi ako na nung kanina.
Sige.
Ito, I was just wondering. Kasi di ba lagi tayo, whenever we meet nung college, laging, syempre, tatanong kita, kamusta na yung class mo? Or kamusta yung aral nyo sa ganito, ganyan. Pero, whenever we meet naman ngayon, madalas na, we go out, we just eat, we go to silo. Pero, what do you think I love doing talaga on my free time to relax?
Well, based on how I know you so far, and knowing that you're an introvert, I'd say an ideal free time for you would mean having more time to rest.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I know.
Kaya talaga sa bahay magre-rest. Kasi nga, kunyari, free time, gusto ko ma-relax. I really don't want any people or strangers in general or anything na gagawin. I really just want to be at home to rest, to sleep. Yan. Ikaw, ano pa sa tingin mo yung mga gusto mong itanong sa akin para to test if I know you well?
Ako, I'm not sure actually kung naitanong ko na sa'yo to during the pandemic, but definitely we've been talking a lot during this pandemic. So I'm curious kung you have any idea on how I would unwind, especially during the pandemic, whenever I feel so stressed from work and school.
Ito, feel ko lang. Sana to
Okay.
Food Panda or basta pa-deliver ka ng food as binge watch sa Netflix or something similar. Tama ba ako?
Somewhat right, but siguro to be specific, how I unwind is by watching feel-good movies. So, I think somewhat na-share ko in one instance na the reason why I don't, and I'm so sorry to my friends and to you, I'm not the type that usually gives in sa mga recommendation sa palabas. Kasi usually yung mga nire-recommend sa akin, I feel like I need to think a lot. And when I'm stressed, that's not what I would really want to do. Kaya yung mga pinapanood ko, yung mga feel-good shows or feel-good movies. But yeah, you're somewhat those. Food Panda is life.
Yes. So, tama ako, somehow.
Yes.
Good. So, in terms of profession or career life, ano sa tingin mo yung gusto ko maging nung bata pa ako?
Alam mo, I recall na na-share mo ito recently, pero parang nakalimutan ko na. I'd go with the default doctor.
Okay. Well, yun yung gusto ng parents ko when I was young. I mean, yun lang kasi yung syempre, kung ano yung sinasabi nila. Di, pag may nagtanong, yun na rin yung sasabihin ko. Pero gusto ko talaga maging ninja nung bata.
Oh!
Diba?
Okay.
Gusto ko yung tumatakbo parang Naruto. Ikaw ba? Sige, tanong mo naman ako, how well do I know you?
Okay, sige. Paano ko ba siya? Siguro, eto, just to be a bit different. If I'm not doing HR right now, and sige, to be fair din aside from performing, since you already know I love singing and dancing, what do you think is a profession or a career na I'm interested to try? I don't know kung may idea ka dito, but this is something I'm really curious about.
Oh my gosh. Hindi ko naisip.
Yeah, we never talked about this.
Oo,
And I
nga.
never shared it with anyone. Yeah.
Kung, ano, oh my gosh,
Kung hindi
nahirapan
ako
ako
HR.
mag-isip. Siret. Hindi ko
Siret?
naisip talaga. Oo. Kasi hindi mo naman sinasabi sa akin yung mga fallback
Yeah.
mo, nung nag-HR tayo, ano ba yung course mo sa first?
I think na-share ko though yung before HR na performing arts dapat ako. But eto naman, curious lang ako, but I'm not really sure if this is something I would excel in. Comedy, stand-up comedy. I'm really a fan of stand-up comedy, and I've seen live performances, and I think ano siya, pang matatalino talaga siyang tao kasi it's hard to make people genuinely laugh. Kaya I am somewhat curious doon. Pero let's see.
Okay. Alright, so next portion. In terms of musical instrument, ano sa tingin mo yung gusto kong i-try when I was younger? Ngayon kasi medyo hindi na ako into exploration. Pero nung bata ako, ano sa tingin mo yung, and I'm an introvert, so ano yung sa tingin mo gusto mong matutunan na instrument?
Piano?
Pwede, oo. Piano and violin, actually.
Oh, nice.
Diba? Pang introvert.
Sige, ikaw, ano sa tingin mo naman yung gusto kong matutunan ngayong adult na ako?
Guitar?
No.
Ay,
I'm so sorry to have your
guitar.
first incorrect. Hindi. Actually, ang curious ako, like, more recently, saxophone. I find it sexy. So, kaso mahal eh. So, let's see, no? Baka pag mas nakaluwag-luwag na tayo sa buhay.
Grabe. So, ano pala? Grabe, ang laki nun Hindi ko naisip. Tsaka di mo sa akin nababanggit before. So, pag
I don't often...
sa Spotify, kapag may mga saxophone covers, pinapakinggan mo ba?
Ay, hindi naman. So, siguro parang curious ako, pero wala pa ako sa level na parang gustong-gusto ko na siya gawin. Parang nasa curiosity stage pa lang.
Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, ito. When it comes to pets, do you think I'm more of a dog person or cat person?
Trick question kasi you've had both. But I'd say dog person.
Hindi. Actually, na-discover ko, I really am a cat person. I love dogs kasi by default, yun yung naging first pet namin. Pero with the cat's independence, natuwa ako na very low maintenance sila in terms of pag-aalaga. So, yeah, I'm a cat person.
Ayan, pareho na tayo may isang one incorrect. I see. Sige, ako naman, ang curious ako, since unlike you, I'm not a pet lover. Pero, if you will compare me to an animal based on the qualities, the characteristics, what animal would I be?
Oh my gosh. Bird?
Bakit bird? Curious lang.
Kasi extrovert ka. You love seeing things outside.
Kala ko sasabihin mo kasi mahilig kumanta. Kasi di ba yung mga birds sa mga animation?
Oh, sige. Ito. Itong pandemic pandemic edition. Kasi I know we have a lot of...
Okay.
So, pandemic edition, what do you think is my favorite hobby?
Recording for your podcast?
Yung galing! So, ganyan.
Hindi nga totoo.
Oo, I mean, kasi,
Okay.
syempre, puhunan ko naman is to, as a recruiter, syempre, di mo naman masabi na hobby mo yung pag-i-interview, diba? Pero, since naging puhunan ko na rin kasi yung boses, so, yun yung na-discover kong new hobby is to just, record a podcast. Kahit nasa kotse ako, or nasa party lang, ganyan. So, I can say na yun talaga yung naging main hobby ko this pandemic. Ikaw, anong tanong mo sa akin in terms of your hobby?
Sige. Oo nga, no? Kasi parang wala naman ako masyado naging hobby ngayong pandemic. Sige, let's change it a little bit. And let's please go outside of Food Panda. Hindi lang naman puro pagkain yung hobby ko, but siguro of all the things that I like doing, what do you think is something that I do that makes me the happiest.
Talk to friends. Video call. Tama ba?
Ay, pandemic edition ba to? Sorry,
Oo. Pandemic edition. Actually, kahit naman hindi pandemic I mean, you like going out with friends. Not just with me. Minsan nakikita ko kayo ni Jeng, nila Kami, or dati may boyfriend ka pa, you guys go out. So, inisip ko, whether pandemic or hindi, favorite hobby mo talaga is to socialize.
Good point. Pero actually when I gave you the question, nawala sa isip ko na pandemic edition. But if we are talking about what makes me the happiest, it's actually performing. I think na-share ko din naman before. Singing and dancing makes me the happiest. Make me the happiest rather. So yeah, kasi actually you're somewhat right naman na I like socializing. Pero when I gave the question, I forgot that it's a pandemic edition. So whenever I talk about what makes me the happiest, kasi it's actually performing. So singing and dancing. And although I do get stage frights every now and then, whenever I'm on stage already, it somewhat calms me kasi I know I'm about to do something I love, something I'm passionate about. So, yun po.
Oh, I see. Okay. Di ba, Toni, natatandaan mo, we traveled together before. I mean, hindi naman travel. You went to Singapore for me, di ba? Pero yun lang talaga yung masasabi kong travel date natin. Pero when
so
something
far.
Foreign country, what do you think the country that I wanted to go after this pandemic? Isa lang. Country na you want me to?
Do I have to be super specific? Super specific.
Wag continent. Siyempre, alam mo na yung continent kapag ano eh.
South Korea.
Then, ako pa na dun eh. France. Serious
Oh, yeah. Diba? Paris.
I like to taste a legit croissant. French croissant. Ayun.
I was actually about to say earlier na somewhere in Europe, pero hindi, medyo na blank ako nung sinabi mo na specific. But yeah, we will do that European tour in the future. Sige. Ako, ang curious naman ako, kung may idea ka, kung ako naman, pupunta ako sa isang foreign country. Ano sa tingin mo yung unang bagay na itatry ko?
Feeling ko food. Tapos next experience.
Feeling ko rin.
Oo, yun. Food. Tapos next yung mga tourist spots. Diba usually, I mean, we like to eat. So, feeling ko lang, tama naman. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, hindi ako ganun ka adventurous sa food, but I think din naman it's something that at least you would want to try before you say na it's not for you, right?
Oo. Tama.
Ayun. So far so many discoveries from each other, and just proves really that, despite the long years of friendship, there are really times that we will still be amazed with the new discovery about each other. And yun din naman yung na-appreciate ko with having a best friend. And especially now that we also have a lot of things going on in our individual lives. Parang, as you grow old, you won't really take it against the other person or your best friend anymore if he or she does not know a specific something about you. Like, siguro, if you're younger, medyo big deal pa na, ay, bakit hindi mo alam yung favorite color ko, favorite food, and all that. But I think the beauty of having a best friend when you're in your adult years is that they are more sensitive and knows you, like what specific topics you don't want to be discussing in public, such as politics or religion. And having that individual who can actually extend you such sensitivity and can be your safe space is something that I really, really value in having a best friend, specifically having you, Trish. Ikaw ba? Anong reflections mo when having a best friend?
For me, it's the beauty of friendship kasi for me, and the things that I have learned along the way with this show is that you'll really never get to know a person 100%. Even your own spouse in the future. My dad always tells me na she gets to learn together with my mom na talagang hindi mo po pala kilala ang isang tao. What more tayo, syempre hindi tayo everyday magkasama. So, ang mahalaga naman is you know the person, their heart, their character, pero you can really never master someone. Pero for me, it's appreciating whether that's something that's good or bad, whether they're imperfect, you still love them anyway. So, Ayun, I love you, best friend. I love you, babe.
I love you. We do hope that you find someone that you can really open up your soul to and guide you along the way whenever you need someone to listen to your problems or just someone to share life with in general. Again, this has been Thursdays with Tony
And Trish. Have a good night, everyone.
Thursdays with Tony
and Trish.